Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 and we're taking a look at another DC Comics Multiverse figure. This time we're going to take a look at Harley Quinn, which is the second figure of the Suicide Squad Multiverse line that I'm reviewing. And unfortunately, she is definitely kind of the weaker figures throughout the entire Suicide Squad line. Now, while the figure itself has a lot of good detailing and has a pretty decent likeness to the actress that plays her, everything else about the figure has a lot of problems that kind of get in the way to make it an overall good figure. Anyways, we're going to take a look at the box as normal. The box is in the typical DC Multiverse box style. Has a picture of Harley Quinn in the front. Same with the side, it's the same picture, just enlarged. The Suicide Squad logo shows once again as the same promotions as a part for Killer Croc, and she includes the left leg for the big baddie here. Unfortunately, in terms of accessories, all you're getting is this baseball bat. Now, unfortunately, the actual hilt of the baseball bat is just way too thin, which causes her to not be able to hold the bat properly. And especially since her hands don't have the best grip around it, causing it to slide down all over the place, as you can see. It's unfortunate that while it looks like they try to make it a little bit more accurate in terms of size for how a baseball bat will look, it causes a huge hindrance in the way that she carries it, and I think that's a huge shame. Articulation-wise, it's pretty decent for a female sculpt especially. Head can swivel 360, and unfortunately, no movement just like Deadshot, and that's a shame. Let's see. She has ball hinges at the shoulders, swivels, and single elbow joints. She has swivels at the wrists, but unfortunately she does not have any other form of articulation there, since it does not have ball hinges once again. She has no waist articulation, which is unfortunate since it looks like she would have, but by the way it looks, she does not. She has a single ab crunch, but unfortunately it really doesn't do a whole lot. You're not going to get a whole lot there. You can bend the hips outward pretty nicely. You can also bend forward pretty nicely. Swivels at the thighs, single joints at the knees, and very weak pivots at the boot. Since the way that the boots are designed, you're not going to get a whole lot of articulation there, and that's a huge shame as well. One thing to note is that I did wish that the pistol that's in the holster on the side of her arm there can actually be removed, but unfortunately it is a molded piece. So while Mattel's definitely grown in the way that they have a lot more details in the figures, unfortunately in terms of accessories it seems like the Suicide Squad is definitely not a strong point in any sort of fashion, and that is a huge shame since a lot of the characters in Suicide Squad was carrying a lot of weaponry throughout the film, and it's a huge shame once again that you cannot represent them in toy form properly like this. But anyways, Harley Quinn is a pretty good likeness of the actress, and I think this is a pretty decent figure to add to your collection. Now, in terms of a stand-in for a Harley Quinn for a full display, in my opinion, I don't think this is definitely not the best Harley Quinn to keep in display, but it does look nice on the Suicide Squad display, so I do give Mattel that. But other than that, if you're a fan of the character or a fan of the character in Suicide Squad, then I highly recommend picking this up, or maybe of any of the other variants that they released with the alternate parts for the Ultimate Killer Croc. But anyways, please comment, subscribe, and check out Hero Taku and Hero Club. Please check me on Twitter under Darkon633, and please check down the other channels down below. I'll be back with another Suicide Squad figure review, but for now, we'll see you YouTube.